Without bees, we would grow hungry. We need bees to pollinate the crops so that we can have food on our table. My name is Shelley Fuller and I work in the Sustainable Agriculture portfolio at WWF. Our journey is going to go through the orchards where we connect between the natural environment and the food that is grown and ends up on our plate. In an area like Elgin, we're surrounded by mountain catchment, so it's a source of fresh water. It's also a beautiful biodiversity hotspot. And we also have incredible farming areas, high-value crops like apples and pears, and the beehives are brought in to this landscape to provide the services of pollination. We want to keep going and conserving the natural area around these orchards and bringing nature back into the orchards. Using cover crops and mulching is a great way as well. But ultimately, we need to bring more forage back into the system to keep the bees healthy. So in these landscapes, we also have invasive alien plants. And when they're in the river systems, we proactively clear them out to release the water. But in managed areas, the blue gums specifically provide a really important forage source in the dry summer months for the bees. Our new guide about the gums and the bees showcases how important these blue gums are for the agricultural and beekeeping industry and how the blue gums can be managed in a responsible way. So bringing nature back into these working landscapes, into the orchards, and providing a diverse forage source for these bees will also bring back that diversity of other insect pollinators and other animal systems. The next steps in this journey is to really understand the links between the services that nature provides for agriculture and to grow the local beekeeping and restoration economy here in this valley. And that will include replanting areas that we've cleared of invasive alien plants with indigenous species to bring back that diversity of forage for the bees and the other pollinators.
I'm Aiton Prince. I'm a part of the WWF South Africa comms team. Let's go on a journey of water. South Africa is a water-scarce country. Only 10% of our land area in South Africa provides more than half of our river flow. This 10% is made up of 22 strategic water source areas. These high mountainous areas have naturally high rainfall and runoff. However, these strategic water source areas are under threat from things such as mining activity, alien vegetation, and the impacts of climate change. This is why WWF pioneered the Journey of Water campaign in 2013 to connect South Africans to the source of their water in a most tangible and immersive way. This year, the journey celebrates its 10th anniversary. Each journey takes a group of people from source to tap to showcase the physical challenges that water faces to get to us. Since the first Journey of Water, we've embarked on journeys through 4 different water source areas landscapes in South Africa. Excitingly, the Journey of Water has been recognized internationally, with various WWF offices doing journeys of water of their own, including Brazil, Turkey, China, Zambia, and Malaysia. As the Journey of Water continues, we are hoping to bring in more supporters, partners and stakeholders to join us in spreading the message of the importance of our water source areas. Because water doesn't come from a tap, it comes from nature.
My name is Kulfelo Ramukoni. I am the Small Scale Fisheries Project Coordinator under Marine Portfolio in WWF. I am going to take you on a journey along the Kochubek coast. I started as an intern in 2019, and I had the privilege of seeing an implementation of the Marine and Coastal Community Monitors Project. So in 2019, December, we had a group of 15 young people from the area come in, and we started this project. This group of 15 young people joined WWF, where we were capacitating them to be employable in the future in the marine sector as full rangers. In 2021, the Marine and Coastal Community Monitors were given an opportunity to actually enroll with Fish Force, a project through a Nelson Mandela University to study criminal law enforcement program, which means they're going to be helping us with making sure that the fisheries stocks do not keep on declining. In partnership with Cape Nature, the MCCMs have been working in that area of the Betty's Bay to monitor it. Stony Point is one of the 2 areas where you find the endangered African penguins. The MCCMs have also been helping Cape Nature when it comes to preparing the artificial nest in the area to make sure that the penguins are doing well. They also do census, meaning we're keeping track of the numbers. There has been a noticeable decrease in our fisheries stock. And that is why in 2019, WWF has started implementing alternative and supplementary livelihood with the Gogoback community and has been involved with small-scale fisheries in this area since 2013. The MCCMs have now been with WWF for 3 years, which means their journey is almost at the end. We have had an opportunity to learn a lot from this project. Therefore, the hopes for this project is to implement it with other coastal communities in the future.
My name is Farai Chireshe, and I am an energy analyst and project officer at WWF South Africa. I'm going to take you on a journey through some of the work that we have been undertaking to advance a just energy transition in South Africa. We know that the intensity and frequency of extreme weather events caused by climate change has been increasing. So it is clear we need to shift from our energy system that is currently dominated by fossil fuels to one that is dominated by renewables. This needs to happen yesterday. But the question is often asked, what happens to the people that are affected by the transition? What about people employed in the coal sector? What about people like coal truck drivers? We need to find alternative solutions for these people, and that's why we talk of a just transition, so that any new transition that comes about brings new opportunities and does not leave anyone behind. WWF and TIPS recently concluded a study that looked at the alternative opportunities for coal truckers in a biomass supply chain. The results were outstanding. The study revealed that about 7,500 trucking jobs can be produced nationally by implementing biomass supply chains for sustainable aviation fuel production. In these supply chains, different biomass feedstocks such as solari seeds and invasive alien plants would be used to produce these aviation fuels. Around me is an invasive alien plant field. These trees kill biodiversity and deplete natural resources such as water, so it is good for the environment that we remove them. Once removed, we can use them to produce sustainable aviation fuels, which are critical to decarbonize our aviation industry. The next step on our journey is to make sure that we bring all the relevant stakeholders to take this forward. We need money to come in and investments to come in so that we start developing the right infrastructure as well as to start these supply chains and set them up going forward. But all this won't happen without the right policy mechanisms. We'll keep striving to make this a possibility by advocating for the right policy and supporting mechanisms to take this forward.
My name is Zainab Sadan, and I'm going to tell you about my journey this year. I was part of a team whose collective efforts resulted in a decision at the UN Environment Assembly to adopt a resolution for an international treaty to end plastic pollution.
As before, it is governments that sign treaties. But these treaties would never have come around if it wasn't for the broader collaboration of civil society, of youth movements, of engaged business.
This resolution was so significant that the UN Environment Programme Executive Director described it as the most important multilateral deal since the Paris Agreement. When finalized, this global plastics treaty will shape and support national plastics policy implementation for years to come. In addition to the global policy advocacy work, WWF has also supported various on-the-ground projects to strengthen the circular economy in South Africa. So one such project is encouraging the informal waste reclaimers to self-organize in the city of Cape Town in order to allow them access to municipal support, which gives them negotiation power as well as compensation for their services. And now the importance of the informal waste sector is that they provide a service in collecting recyclable materials and circulating it back into the economy. However, they are often marginalized and are affected by unsafe working conditions as well as stigma attached to their work. We can visibly see the end result of plastic pollution and its impacts. However, this is a symptom of a much bigger problem, and so we need to ensure that we work towards preventing the problem in the first place by addressing the root causes, which starts at production, consumption, and continues all along the plastics life cycle. The next step in our journey is to ensure that governments and businesses address the plastic pollution issue with urgency, as well as to support stakeholders along the plastics value chain to ensure that they are supported, such as the informal waste reclaimers.
Thank you very much.
Grazie mille.
Asanteni sana.
Cảm rất nhiều.
Tusen tack.
Asanteni sana.
Спасибо большое.
Ha 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 ha!